Good morning and welcome to day 9 of the Democrat shutdown. We give you a daily update here to just talk about what's happening and where we see things headed. Joined here by our leadership team and, of course, Chairman Mike Bost, who will talk with you about the pain that's being inflicted on veterans in particular. He runs that committee. I just want to summarize everything this morning as I've been doing on some interviews earlier today. This morning, Americans are watching a remarkable split screen. Two things happening simultaneously, and there's a rather stunning contrast between the two. On one screen, you see President Trump and Republicans delivering for the American people. You see President Trump and Republicans cutting taxes for hardworking American families. You see us ending the border crisis, ending the crime crisis. You see us eliminating fraud, waste, and abuse in government, and now resolving violent conflicts around the world. What President Trump achieved yesterday, was announced last night, is a truly historic foreign policy achievement. I mean, it cannot be understated. We should give a whole press conference just about that. The deal that he struck between Israel and Hamas will achieve incredible results, not just for that region, but for every peace-loving people around the world, everyone around the world. He's going to bring the hostages home. 2 years they've been in captivity. They'll finally be delivered home. We're all watching the images of the celebrations in Israel and around the world by people in Gaza and in Israel, that this is coming to an end. He's going to bring the hostages home. He's going to bring peace and security back to Israel and truly lay the foundation for a lasting peace in the Middle East. This is a goal and an objective that's been stated by presidents and politicians and policymakers and people around the globe for generations. And President Trump has the strength and the vision and the resolve to do it. He's the only president who could have, as has been demonstrated. And look at the other side of the screen. So that's all going on one side of the split screen. Now look at the other. The stark contrast with the Democrats who have shut down the government. Republicans are busy working around the clock to deliver for the American people, voting over and over to open the U.S. government and laying the foundation for lasting peace and working to deliver for American troops and military families. And what do you see on the other screen? Democrats playing games with the lives and livelihoods of the people we represent. They have now voted in the Senate. The Senate Democrats have voted 6 times to keep the government shut down. And I just want to tell you one of the most outrageous things I've seen since I've been following politics in the mid-'80s when I was a kid in the Reagan era. Chuck Schumer did an interview last night and bragged, this is what he said, quote, he had the audacity to say, quote, every day of this shutdown gets better for us, his party. I don't even know how to comment on that. It's so stunning to me how callous he can be to play political games and use American citizens as the pawns in a political game. We're in day 9. The consequences of this Democrat shutdown are very real, and he can mock it and he can pretend like it gets better for him. It doesn't. It doesn't get better for the country. Right now, half our civilian federal employees are on furlough. Real, vital, critical services that American citizens in all categories rely upon are halted. And when we talk specifically about our military, right now service members, military personnel at home and abroad, as well as Border Patrol agents, TSA, air traffic controllers, they're all working without pay. I was on C-SPAN this morning on that program they do in the morning where American citizens call in. They have a Republican line, a Democrat line, an independent line. One of the callers called in and she was so upset. She's a young military mother. And she has 2 special needs children, and she told her story in tears. She's so angry, and so am I, that their services are being delayed. I mentioned here at this podium last few days, I mean, I have a big military district in Louisiana's 4th District. We have Fort Polk in Barksdale Air Force Base, lots of airmen, lots of soldiers. Many are deployed right now, defending your freedom around the world. And they've left their young families at home. They live paycheck to paycheck, many of these service members. And this is not a game. Chuck Schumer thinks it is. He says, quote, every day of the shutdown gets better for us. What the heck is he talking about? All of us on this side, we're kept up at night. This is a sad situation, and we've got to get through it. Almost 3 weeks ago, just by way of quick review, the House did its job. We did the responsible thing. We passed a clean, continuing resolution, no frills, nothing to it, 24 pages, bare minimum, to keep the lights on, so that Republicans and Democrats can do their work, do their work and get together and do this job, to deliberate and negotiate and go through the process that Congress does on everything all the time. to work on all these issues. We voted to keep critical programs funded, and that ensures federal workers get paid, that our troops and TSA agents and Border Patrol and many more get their paychecks. We had that vote almost 3 weeks ago. Every Republican, virtually every Republican, voted to keep the government open and to make sure those paychecks are done. The Democrats in the House, all but one, voted to close the government and, by extension, stop paying troops, stop paying TSA agents, Border Patrol, air traffic controllers, and all the rest. We've done our job, and the Democrats need to do theirs now. That ball has been sent to the other court. That is the place where it lands right now. 6 times, I remind you, they voted to shut it down. We need 5 Democrats to break ranks. We need 5 of them to wake up and come to their senses and do the right thing for the American people. How long are they going to allow this pain to be sustained? I talked to the president last night. He called me after the peace deal was done, and he and I both lament, we all do, this terrible situation that we're in. While we're working to do all these positive things for the people and even settle conflicts around the world, the Democrats are playing games. It's political theater to them. They've reduced Americans' pain to a political prop. I'll just say this briefly. I'm going to let the other leaders speak here, but just a few things that you've seen. While we're doing all this work, we're working around the clock to deliver on all these things I've just listed. Democrats are playing games. They film themselves wandering the Capitol, beating on doors and posting flyers and pretending to look for their colleagues. They hosted a live stream. Oh, it's so embarrassing. The House Democrats hosted this live stream where they ate candy and told terrible jokes to each other. They had an audience smaller than this room for the whole country. The leader of the Democrat Party is bragging about the cost that this is being borne by the American people. And just yesterday, I had 2 Democrat senators come over and stage a failed publicity stunt outside my office. I heard about it, walked out and confronted them and set them right on the truth. They came to this side of the Capitol to try to put on a little political show for their online audience, and then they walked right back over there and voted for the 6th time to keep the government shut down. Give me a break. Democrats seem to be doing everything except the one thing that Americans desperately need and deserve, and that's passing our clean CR to get the government operating again. That's all we're asking of them. Stop the political stunts. Stop the madness. Stop saying that you're enjoying inflicting pain on the American people, for goodness sakes, and pass the clean CR in the shutdown today. I'm going to turn it over first to our chairman, Chairman Mike Bost. He, as you know, works on all things regarding American veterans. He's the chairman of our committee that handles all of that. And we just wanted him to talk specifically about the costs that are being borne by our veterans because the Democrats shut down. I'm so glad you asked the question. We're not pursuing a political strategy. The CR is clean. It doesn't have any Republican priorities on it at all. In fact, we're extending Biden-era policies and spending. It's exactly what Chuck Schumer gave you impassioned speeches on as recently as March of this year that must be done, that you don't play games with people's lives. They're the ones playing politics, not us. I've explained this, and I'll say it again. If there was something that we could peel off of the CR, if I could take a Republican priority or policy or trick or gimmick off the CR, and make it more palatable for the Democrats in the Senate to vote for, I would have already done so. But I didn't send any of that on. We sent a totally clean document over there because we're operating in good faith. What's our goal, our strategy? To keep the lights on for the people of this country so that we can have their Congress working to resolve all these issues. They're trying to make this about health care. It's not. It's about keeping Congress operating so we can get to health care. We always were going to. They're lying to you, okay? The healthcare issues were always going to be something discussed and deliberated and contemplated and debated in October and November. It always was. Everybody in the building knows that. It's going on right now. There are conversations that have been going on for months leading up to this. They're lying to you. They're playing political games. They're trying to pretend that a December 31 policy issue has something to do with the fiscal cliff that we faced on September 30th with a shutdown. And they're doing that out of desperation. Why? Because their policies are so unpopular. The Democrat Party is in free fall. They have no leader. They have no policy that they can present to the people. Their platform was reputed in the last election. President Trump won every swing state in the popular vote. The House Republicans had the highest popular vote in the history that's ever been recorded. Why? Because the American people rejected the woke progressive nonsense that they're all still clung to. So they don't have anything. I mentioned yesterday, they just had a poll. The Democrat Party has the lowest approval rating of any time since polling began. So what do? They're desperate. There's a rising Marxist wing in the Democrat Party. They're about to elect a mayor of New York City. Chuck Schumer's from New York. He sees a rising Marxist challenge to himself. And there's one thing that Chuck Schumer cares about more than anything else, and that is his Senate seat. The guy's been in Congress for 44 years. He doesn't know how to live life outside this building, and so he will do anything to make sure that he keeps that seat. He thinks the AOC is going to challenge him or some other Marxist. I'm just telling you the plain truth, and I take no pleasure in this. I'm trying to muster every ounce of Christian charity that I can, but this is outrageous. He's playing games with the American people. Real people are being hurt, veterans and troops and everybody, people that rely on these services. God bless America. Do the right thing and open the government. Yes, yeah.
If the goal is to keep the lights on and to protect these veterans and military service members who are being hurt, why not put a standalone military pay bill on the table?
We have already voted to pay the troops. We did it 3 weeks ago. We put that bill on the floor, and the Republicans voted to pay the troops, TSA agents, Border Patrol, Air Traffic Control, and everybody else. The Democrats voted no. Go pull the record. It was 3 weeks ago. We had the vote. Only one Democrat voted with us to pay the troops. We've done it. The House has done its job. The reason the House isn't here in regular session is because they turned the lights off. We passed the bill, pay the troops, pay all these essential workers, provide services to the American people. We sent it over there clean. It's 24 pages. It's a bare bones document. It has no Republican priorities on it at all. It's exactly what they voted for before. And they decided to turn this into a political stunt. So coming back here and doing it and having a duplicative vote to do the same thing we already did would accomplish nothing, because Chuck Schumer's going to stop it in the Senate. They're playing games. He's enjoying it. He told you in his own words, every day of the shutdown gets better for us. Golly, it's despicable to me. Yes, Chet.
Yesterday, you came out and engaged Senators Diego and Kelly. You called this a photo op.
Publicity stunt. Yeah.
You called this a publicity stunt. Yesterday, Mr. Lawler went down and confronted Mr. Jeffries afterwards. I guess my question was, you as the Speaker, considering how the tensions are rising in the building, if you had the House here, everybody here, there would be fights in the halls. Are you concerned, and is it incumbent upon you as the Speaker to try to lower this temperature when we see what happened outside your office yesterday and you engaged with the Senators, Mr. Lawler coming downstairs and engaging with Mr. Jeffries, who, you really gave it back to them, but I've not seen that type of confrontation in this building in my 30 years.
I haven't either, Chad, and it concerns me.
I've been here longer than you.
I know you have. I know you have. Look, since I got here, January 2017, I've been working on restoring civility to the institution. The first thing I ever did in Congress was draft the commitment to civility. I was proud that 52 out of 53 members of my freshman class, as I remember, signed on to that. Republicans and Democrats. Treat one another with dignity and respect. Let's have policy disputes, but not make it personal. This gets personal. Emotions are high. People are upset. I'm upset. I'm a very patient man, but I am very angry right now because this is dangerous stuff. And so is it better for them probably to be physically separated right now? Yeah, it probably is, frankly. I wish that weren't the case, but we do have to turn the volume down. The best way to turn the volume down is to turn the lights back on and get the government open for the people. Do the right thing. We need 5 Senate Democrats. Remember, it's math. We have to have 60 votes in the Senate to do this. Every Republican in the building is voting to open the government. The president wants to open the government. We need a few more Democrats because we only have 53 Republicans in the Senate. We got to have a handful of Democrats to join and do the right thing, and I hope they will. We'll keep you posted, wait for developments, and let's pray this ends soon. Thank you.